Hello, everyone. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there. And happy Mother's Day to you, Mom.
Thank you, Ash.
We are going to be asking my mom some questions about her story and her life growing up with a mom for an abbreviated period and how that's impacted her journey as a woman and also as a mom. What is your fondest memory with your mom?
The fondest memories with my mom, or the fondest memory with my mom, was baking on a Saturday night. My mom was, I hate to say a jack of all trades, but there was just so many things she could do. And she, not every single weekend, but there were weekends when she would bake or make donuts, homemade donuts. And I can remember that was some good times because she was mostly a disciplinarian. And so when she was soft and sweet and tender, those were my fondest memories.
Mommy, how was life with your mom versus life after her passing?
Oh boy, what a difference. So my mom was all into her children. Education and extracurricular activities like piano lessons, just good times, good stuff. And we did a lot of things together. She just made sure we were okay, no matter what was going on. And after she passed away, my life just turned upside down totally, because nothing that she had started with us continued. God, nobody replaces your mom.
Mom, how long did you have your mom in your life?
So mom passed away when I was 10 years old. And during that time, she was sick sometimes and probably gone away from the house for weeks at a time. I do remember many times when mom wasn't home because she was someplace going through some treatment or doing something. I have really good memories though. I have a lot of memories of my mom because she was an active participant in our lives.
You said that your mom was only in your life until you were 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And we won't say your age now, but you've
okay
lived
with
longer without your mom than with your mom. So just with the knowledge that you have of her, how do you feel like she impacted the world during her time here?
My mother was the kind of person that she would take the shirt off her back to give it to somebody. She was probably too generous. She was generous to a fault. My mom was an educator. She really, really poured into any child who came into her life. She poured into them. And there are students from one of the schools that she taught that I also attended. I can tell you that she made a difference in their life. And one quick example is, I remember summers when she wasn't traveling to the United States, she would have summer schools at home and she fed them while they were there. If she knew that they were struggling in certain areas that they needed to, really know what they were doing for the next grade, she would make sure that they were ready for the grade that they were going in.
What are some other personality traits that you would say you and your siblings loved about your mom?
So she did things like, I can totally remember my eldest sister's sweet 16. My mom bought a goat like weeks in advance. And I remember, because curry goat was the hit thing for birthday parties or parties on a whole, I remember her making dresses for us, for Grace, Andrea, and myself. I think it's okay for me to say that. She made our party dresses so she could sew. And she was an entrepreneur. She's one of those people, long before I knew of people traveling to the United States to buy and sell things, my mom would do that. She was I don't know if there was anything that she couldn't do. But that birthday party, I'm sure my sister remembers that, but I also remember that because she loved music. And so it was a fun time for us. It was a fun time. So she did things to, bring joy and happiness in our lives.
How was she with animals?
Oh my God. If there was a dog on the street, which obviously would be a stray, she would probably watch to see if anybody was going to lay claim to that dog. And if nobody laid claim to that dog, I promise you that dog would be in our yard. And she would make sure the dog was healthy, bathe the dog. And I think there was this thing called Jay's something or the other, if the dog had like ticks or whatever, but she would nurse the dog back to health. So there was a time that we probably had like 4 dogs in the yard. And when those dogs bred and had puppies, she treated them like real babies. I mean, they had like bottles, nursing bottles if the mom wasn't nursing the puppies. Believe me, she loved animals.
She was really a caring person.
She
cared about God's creation, really.
She did.
And she had a compassionate heart.
She was, yes, absolutely.
How would you say your parenting styles were the same? And how would you say your parenting styles differ?
I think my parents' parenting style is 100% different than my mother because it probably was just her upbringing, but she was a serious disciplinarian. And I promise you, some of the things that your brother and yourself get away with, there is no way under the sun that I would have gotten away with my mom.
We're grown now, so you mean then?
Believe me, even now as grown adults, I promise you, my mom was just tough. I shouldn't say there's no parenting style because I absolutely, I think when you guys were younger, especially your brother, I mean, if he wanted to play football, I would make sure he had whatever he needed for football. I remember he wanted to, I don't know if it was rap or do some kind of a DJing or whatever, and I went out and I made sure he had a synthesizer or some kind of a piano, which he ended up giving away. Or producer.
He gave away the keyboard?
Yes, he gave it away to a child at the school that he was teaching who needed or wanted an instrument.
Nice.
He was caring like his grandmother.
That's a lot going on though.
Absolutely. I was not as tough on you guys.
But she was very serious about education.
I am.
I am. Grandma.
Absolutely. My mom loved growing stuff. And so I do love growing stuff, my vegetable garden, but more you're talking about parenting style. I can't. I think my mom was loving. She loved children. And I think
you love children. All of the people who are my friends think you are one of the best moms they've ever known. They have to say it like that because they have moms. But all my friends think you're a fabulous mom. And I think you're a wonderful mom. So I don't know if it's because you lost your mom or it's a combination of what you saw. But I wouldn't trade my mom for the world.
Well, I can tell you that I have prayed to the Lord to give me life and good health so that I could be around for my kids because you
gotta extend that prayer because she is around for my brother's children and Lord, she's gonna be around for my children too.
I'm praying about that as well. But I would say
because they got to be with you every weekend.
Really. So I think I have that. I do have a heart for people. And although I don't have pets or animals or a lot of dogs or any pets at all,
we're not gonna go there.
I would think that I'm kind of like my mom in that way.
If you could have had one more conversation with your mom, what age would you choose to have that conversation? And what would that conversation entail?
I think I would wait until I was about 18, say I've graduated high school and I am preparing for college. I think I would have had an adult conversation with my mom about marriage and choosing a partner. I think that I would have loved to have a conversation with my mom about that. My mom's experience, I think, would have given me a lot of guidance on how to go into marriage, because I love family and I've always wanted to have children and I've always wanted to get married.
So unfortunately, Mom, there are many children, boys and girls, who, like you, lost their moms at a very young age. How would you encourage someone who's living life without their mother?
So if you're living with your father and your father chooses to find a new partner, don't expect that the partner that your father chooses is going to be anything like your mom. And there are some, I'm going to say stepmoms that really treat the children in a marriage that's not their own like their own. They're loving. But I would say that you're going to have growing pains. You're going to want your mom. You're going to miss her. You're going to miss things that you used to do with her or things that she used to do for you. Mm-hmm. And when the worst days come, when nobody understands and you just feel abandoned, or you feel like, I would say that just life is just the worst, understand that those moments will pass. I would say find things that you love to do, like reading and dancing, and just find the things that bring you joy and lean on those things. And more than all, I'm hoping that you know God and you know how to pray. You've heard about prayer. I would say just lean on those things and think about who you want to be. What do you want to be when you grow up? And start doing things that will guide you to, that life. Don't dwell in the hurt and the pain. For me, I have never stopped missing my mom, but I am not in pain every day. I'm not. And I cherish the good memories. I cry when I have to cry. And I talk to my siblings. Start a journal and write your thoughts down. Write a story about your life with your mom. So take, heart that things will get better. And life can, it's not going to be perfect, but guess what? You still have your mom in your heart.
God will bring people into your life that will love you. And you may only have one or two, okay? So when God brings them into your life, cherish them. Cherish your mom, but cherish those people that he brings in. Of course, they'll never be your mom. They can't fill that void. But God is not going to leave you without love.
I'm glad we had this conversation. Hopefully, we'll continue this on another video.
Definitely.
So as for now, this is Yulette's Corner. And my daughter,
Love Compassionately, again wishing you
Happy Mother's Day to me.
Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
And to those, again, who are missing their moms today, our hearts are with you. As Mommy always says, we love you, we care about you. And if you have any suggestions for future Life Talk videos, drop them in the comment section below.
Yes.
See you next time.
Bye for now.